The stains of our love are embedded in my soul. It doesn't get any easier as I...
Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with singer and musician Mary Gatchell. She is promoting her latest 2017 CD Camino Real. And it all started for Mary in New Hampshire, where she built a strong foundation in musical theater, jazz, classical music, singing, piano, and even the oboe. At 18, she moved on to the bright lights of New York City to attend New York University, and to date she has 6 albums of original music to her credit and more to come. She's performing all over New York, and there's so much more that is going to be in her future. So get to know her and dig this interview, my friends.
Mary, thank you for taking a minute out today. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
So let's talk about this latest album.
No, we have the single that was just released yesterday, and we're doing a big show next week, and then the whole album will be released November 10th.
Wonderful. So talk to me about the new album. Talk to me about what's been going on with you lately.
Well, this album is called Camino Real, which means the King's Highway. It's a collection of 9 songs and produced by ATN Stadwick. And it's something I've been working on for a few years now. And I'm just ecstatic. It's like a bit of jazz, soul, R&B, and a little funkiness too. Some reggae and some kind of tropical soul stuff going on.
Talk to me about all of these influences that go into this. You grew up in New Hampshire. You have a good, strong foundation in musical theater, jazz, classical music, singing, piano. Talk to me about how all this came about.
Well, I mean, it was just my life, growing up doing all these things. My mother runs a theater. My father's a conductor and big Count Basie fan. And I did classical music playing oboe, played piano, and went to college in New York and got really exposed to a lot of Latin music, Brazilian music, African music, and just fell in love with so many different kinds of music, and somehow it got kind of fused together with my own sound. So I've been writing, ever since college.
You have 6 albums. You've performed at all kinds of clubs in New York like Blue Note and Bitter End and Groove. Is it still thrilling to get on stage in these kinds of venues to perform?
Yeah, absolutely. Always. Anytime to have the opportunity to perform is a rush. It's a little scary and it's mostly just wonderful all at the same time.
How do you feel about your career up to this point with the albums and the performances and coming out with the new album here in November? How do you feel about how things have gone?
Well, I feel great about, the music and the people I've been working with and what we've been able to do. But I definitely hope that we can get a broader audience and share this music with more people, for sure.
So speaking more specifically about jazz, what have been some of your heavy influences as far as singers and performers?
Well, the biggest one I would say is Shirley Horn. She's my absolute favorite. I love her singing. I love her piano playing, how she accompanies herself, her really slow tempos, her soulful groove. And she's really it for me. I mean, that album, Here's to Life, was given to me in college. It truly changed everything. And I just fell in love.
Wonderful. Let's say we talk in 10 years from now. Where do you want to see your career? Where do you want to see things progress?
Well, I'd love to be doing jazz festivals and be traveling a lot, traveling all over the world. That's really what I would love to do.
So everyone has a version of you, your family, your friends, your fans. But when you wake up and face the world, who do you think you are?
I'm who I am. I don't think about it. So they're one and the same. Whatever I do is just what I do.
Right on. So that's perfect. I think that's a great way to kind of wrap everything up. I really wanted to get kind of an overview of the new album, what's been going on with you. So thank you, Mary, for opening up and giving me a little bit of your time.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to yet another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players in New York, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Mary for her music and her stories. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com. And for everything Neon Jazz, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the music, my friends.
Yes, you had it.
Neon Jazz.